Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So for you guys today, I'm going to be doing a video. I don't think anybody else has really done this before, but basically what I'm going to be doing, and if they have, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like copy you and not give you credit if you know somebody who's done this before. I haven't seen anybody who's done this before. But basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be splitting my face down the middle, and I'm going to be doing a before and after Robert Welsh video. So basically what I don't know. I'm really bad at explaining things. Like, I get the idea in my head, but unless I write it down and read off of what I've written down, it doesn't make sense when I try and say it. Does anybody else have that kind of an issue? I would be a horrible public speaker. Oh my god, I'd be awful. Anyway, basically, Robert Welsh is a UK YouTuber. And he's a professional makeup artist. He's been a professional makeup artist for like 12 or 14 years, something like that. 13 years, I think he said. And I've been watching him for probably almost a year, I think. I've been subscribed to him for about 3 months, but I've been watching his videos on and off for over a year. And he has a very distinct way of doing makeup that he likes and that he doesn't like. So on the left side of my face, I'm going to be doing everything how I used to do my makeup before I started watching him. And on the right side, I'm going to be doing my face how he says you should do it, or with like the things that he likes to do. And so, yes, with that being said, with that being said, I am not a makeup artist. I am not in any way, shape, or form related to the beauty industry. I have no idea really what I'm doing. I know how I do my makeup. Well, so I guess I kind of know what I'm doing, like a little bit, but not really. I'm not certified. I'm not licensed. I'm nothing. Okay. I just do this for fun. So if I mess something up, or you don't like how it turns out, or I still don't do it perfectly for how he says he does it, I'm sorry. I'm doing this the best I can. So I keep looking here, and you guys are right here. So yes, with that being said, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that I used to do is I would use like a very matte primer. Unfortunately, I've since learned that I have got like dry-ish skin, so matte primers are not the best. So on the side of how I used to do my makeup before Robert Welsh, and how he showed me this is the fact that, like, he says you have to prime for the type of skin that you have. So if you have dry skin, you don't want to use like a matte primer really. So the primer I'm going to be using on the left side of my face is the Benefit Professional Primer. This is the original one. I got it in a BoxyCharm. So I'm gonna put this on my nose. Well, hey, at least the lighting's not bad right here. I mean, I'm standing up, but this isn't bad. This thing smells like roses, too. I hate that smell. Okay, so there's that. And then on this side of my face, I'm actually going to use 2 primers because I just have like 2 separate skin concerns. I have large pores on my nose. So I'm going to use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer on my nose, and then I'm going to go in with a different primer for like my cheek area, because on my cheeks I get a little bit dry. So I'm just going to put that on my nose, kind of a little bit like right here. And there's that. And then for the rest of my face, I'm going to be using the Milani Hydrating Primer. He also says, like, the key is to not overdo it. You don't need, like, a crap ton of primer to do your face. So I kind of just try to keep that in mind as well. Okay. So there's that. Okay, and then for foundation, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I am trying to use this one up. But on the left side of my face, like I said, I have dry skin, so I want, like, more luminosity, than I have naturally, because I have, like, dry skin. There's no oil there, or not very much oil, so I'm going to take my foundation on a dampened beauty sponge, and just kind of, he always talks about excessive product. I don't think I've ever really used excessive amounts of foundation. I also would normally take this like all the way up under my eye, and then on my eyelid. I would just put this all over my face. Kind of get my nose. Where'd my mirror go? I need a mirror. And see, like, I don't like how much coverage that is right now, so I would go in with more. Well, hell, I'm almost out. Yay! I'm so excited. You guys have no idea. I've been trying to use this thing up for so long, and I have probably, like, I don't like how it smells and stuff, so I wouldn't rebuy it. But anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent. But basically, I've always been the type of person who, with my foundation, you can always add more product. You can't take it away as easily and stuff, but I used to add, like, I used to do, like, 2 pumps on, like, one side of my face. So basically, I would use, like, 4 pumps of foundation, or the equivalent of, and it would end up getting all cakey. So I'm going to take what I have left, which isn't that much, and I'm just going to put it on this side of my face. Just because, like, and the reason, okay, also, I'm going to go off on a tangent really quick. But anyway, I'm going to use, like, what's left of my hand, because I don't really use, like, a ton of foundation anymore. Like, I have on this side, I don't use that much anymore. I use, like, 2 pumps for my whole face, not 4. But, so, I was watching one of his videos, and he said not to take it up under your eye. I still do that. I don't put it on my eyelid anymore. I do still take it up under my eye, though, just because it kind of color corrects for me. I don't use an additional color corrector. Like, I don't go in with an orange or a yellow or, like, a blue or whatever the heck it is color corrector. I don't think it, I've tried it before, it just doesn't work for me. But I normally have got, like, bluish, purpley under eyes, and I use a foundation to cover them up, and then I would go in with a concealer to brighten. So, yes, I disagree with him on that part. I realize, I keep looking at the time, I'm sorry. I realize I'm not a makeup professional, but for me, this has continued to work, so I keep doing it. But he says not to take it all the way up under your eye or put it on your eyelid. I don't put it on my eyelid like I did on this side. But yeah. So, the next step would be concealer. And for concealer, I'm going to use, which one do I want to use? I'm going to use I would normally use 2 concealers. I would use one for an eye primer, so I would use this I can't talk anymore. This ColourPop one as an eye primer, just because it's so drying on my under eyes, it made them look all creasy. But I'm going to take this e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer one, and I'm going to, again, with like the excessive product, he hates when people do like the excessive products. And I was doing my makeup this way for the longest time because I thought this was how you had to do it, because I was watching like Jeffree Star and Tati and everybody else, and this is how they were doing their makeup. Well, you don't have to do it this way, because it ends up making you look kind of not cute. Okay, so that's how I would do the concealer before Robert Welsh. And then on this side, now, did I blend that out all right? Okay. And then on how I do it now, I take like a dot here and a dot there. Sometimes if I feel like the redness around my nose is poking through, I will do like a smidgen bit there. But this is it. That's all the concealer I use anymore under my eyes, and I find it doesn't crease as hard. I mean, I have very creasy under eyes, so pretty much everything creases on me. It doesn't matter what I do. But this definitely, and then I pat it in with my finger too. This creases way, way less than what it used to. And I didn't put any on my eyes either. He says that's bad to use concealer as an eye primer, because it doesn't work as well, because, like, I don't know. I'll explain further, but basically he says not to use a concealer as an eye primer because concealer has moisture in it. Your eyelids are very oily, so moisture and moisture do not mix. And then setting it with a powder doesn't help any, because it's just giving your oils on your eyes more things to go through. But yeah, so that's what my concealer looks like and my foundation looks like right now. Let's move on to powder. Okay, so for powder, I used to use, and I still do use it sometimes, I used to use, this one's not opened yet, hold on. I used to use the Coty Airspun loose setting powder, because everybody at the time was using it on YouTube. Hold on. And YouTube was how I was learning how to do makeup, because nobody in my family really wears a lot of makeup. Can you guys see? Like, it's already settled, the foundation, or that concealer, the amount of concealer I used, it's already settled into, like, the lines in my eyes. And I can't pat it out. Oh no. This is gonna look so bad. I'm so sorry, Robert. If you ever see this, I mean, like, I doubt you will. I'm really sorry. But I'm gonna take a beauty sponge, and I used to do this. I don't do it anymore. I used to do this. I used to bake, so I'm going to take that much powder and kind of press it under my eye. And I was told, or I was informed by YouTube, that you have to bake under your eye, the sides of your nose, basically wherever you put concealer. And since I put concealer on like half my face, well, I guess a quarter of my face at this point, but you know, bake there. You were told to bake here, and I was doing this because I get like creases and everything, and I was told baking was going to not let it crease. What it actually does is it just sets your creases in place. And then I would take what was ever left on the sponge and kind of just set the rest of my face, like so. Oh no. And if I felt any tackiness, I would go in and get more. And this was literally how I was doing my makeup every single day. Every single day. Your face should not have this much makeup on it every single day. It's not meant to. So I'm gonna put this there. And then now what I do is I actually have one specific, I have a brush I use for this part because I like how it works the best. But I'm going to take, what just fell? I don't know. I'm going to take this Almar Cosmetics brush. And if you guys remember earlier, I mean you probably do because it hasn't been that long, I said I have dry skin. I do have dry skin. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the e.l.f. Halo powder. This is really, really good. It's still a loose powder. It's still going to, like, set you into place. But compared to, like, the massive amount of powder I did have, what I have in the cap right here, that's all I'm going to use. I'm going to, like, pat my under eyes to smudge out any creases. And then I'm going to take this Almar Cosmetics brush, that powder I have right there, and tap it off, and then I'm just going to, you know, kind of pat this into place. Not baking, but just, you know, powdering there. And then I'm going to take the same brush, do the same thing, and kind of put some on my nose area and right here, and then also on my chin a little bit, just because that's where I tend to get, you know, the most oily, because even with dry skin I do get like a little oily in some places. And then I'm just going to take a larger powder brush, take what's left in the cap, swirl it around. I'm sorry if you guys can hear the gunshots. I live out in the middle of nowhere, so if somebody's hunting or something. There's that. Okay. Oops, I forgot to set my eyelid over here, which I'm supposed to do. Normally I would have taken like the Coty Airspun and set the eyelid too, but I'm just going to take the rest of the Halo powder and do it that way. But, so, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see. Hold on. Let me move in front of a... Can you see, like, the difference in my face right now? This side, yeah, it has makeup on it, but it still looks like skin. This side, you can see all the powder. I mean, I have to wipe it off still, but it definitely looks like more cakey. It feels so tight right now, and that's not something I like. Don't you dare fall. So there's that. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take this same powder brush and wipe off that powder. I didn't think anybody was over there right now. They're supposed to be gone. And just kind of wipe off the powder. Okay, so there's that. There's the powder. Okay, so next what I would do is I would contour. And I don't really contour too much anymore. I don't really go anywhere that justifies me needing to contour. I'm trying to find my thing. Right there. So what I'm going to use is this Lotus palette from Shop Miss A. God, my face itches on this side. And I'm going to take this shade right here and kind of contour. You go into the darker shade next to it. So there's that, and then I would also take some on my jaw. Like that. And don't make any mistake, like I still contour, but it's not as harsh anymore. And I only really do it if I'm going somewhere fancy. So I don't contour in my everyday makeup anymore. And this is what I was doing every day. Like when I went to work looking like this and hoping it looked okay. Okay, I think that's about it. I'm so sorry that you guys can hear that. I thought they were gone. They're not gone, apparently, or they're back already, which is weird, because they're supposed to be gone till Sunday. And then on this side, I would also go in with a bronzer next, and I'm going to be using the ColourPop one in Talk to the Palm. I'm just going to take this IT Cosmetics bronzer brush, because it is my favorite. And I would like bronze on my forehead. Do you see how bad that contour looks? And then I would bronze my jawline. And then compared to like this side, I'm still going to use the same product and the same brush. But the biggest difference I think is going to be the fact that there's not any contour on this side. And I start in the back now versus in the front. Kind of like bring it forward a little bit. And then make sure that I pull my hair out of the way. And then I don't care if I get like bronzer and stuff in my hair. I have really dark hair. I just don't want to see that white line. And I just want warmth brought to my face. Because I am literally the color of paper. Alright, so that is my bronzer and contour. Here is this side versus this side. So there's that. Okay, so the next step for me is blush, and I didn't really wear blush before. Robert is actually the one who convinced me to wear blush. I'm not very good at like placement still, so on this side there's not going to be any blush or anything, and then on this side I'm going to be using this Ciate London Marble Light in Halo. I got it in a BoxyCharm, and the IT Cosmetics blush brush. It's like the only blush brush. I'm gonna freaking shoot them. I'm so sorry that you can hear that, probably. Anyway, I make sure to like tap off the excess, and then I still start on like this part of my cheek, but I go very, very lightly, and I kind of make sure to like drag it up. Because I want it to like lift, and by going up it's going to lift the face some. So again, here's before Robert, after Robert. Okay. And then the next thing I would do is highlighter. And for highlight, I want to use, let's use this one. I like this one. This one is the Milani Baked Highlighter in Dulce Parla. There's that. And then I'm going to take this anyway, the shade in Dulce Perla, and on this side I used to take it like all the way on the apples of my cheek and bring it all the way up like that. I would take some on my brow bone. I would take it here because Jeffree Star puts it here. And then I would take it down my nose, on the end of my nose, on my Cupid's bow, and on my chin. And then I also would put some here. So can you guys just see, like, it's more again like his hatred of like excessive use of product. This highlight doesn't look that bad. It's more of like a subtle one, but it's just the idea of where I put it and everything. Now on this side, I really only put it kind of here, and then I bring it up a little bit here, like in a C shape around my eye, and then I do put like a little bit just above my eyebrow, because that's where like the light kind of hits me, and that's his big thing. You want to put the highlight where light naturally hits you. Hold on. I finally just shut the window, so hopefully that will help, but I make no promises. Moving on to brows. I never used to do brows. Sometimes I still don't, but usually I will. So normally what I do is I will take, where is it? My, that's an eyeliner. I will take my AOA Studio brow pencil in medium brown. As soon as I get it open. So like on this side I didn't do anything. I'm really sorry if you guys can still hear that. I shut the window, I swear. But then on this side I'm going to spoolie up that brow. Oops. And then kind of just fill it in a little bit. Because I don't want, my whole thought process behind not doing my brows was the fact that I already had good brows. Like, I don't pluck them or anything. I don't need to. But I do want them to be, like, just a little bit darker. So again, before Robert, after. And then I'll just set it with a clear brow gel is all I do. So this is the Essence Lash and Brow Clear Gel. Okay. My nose looks so bad. And can you see, like, the difference? So this one, you can still see, like, all of my pores. And this side, I mean, like, yeah, they're there, but it's not bad, I don't think. I don't know. Okay, moving on to eyes. Robert's big thing with eyes is that you must use an eye primer. So, before him, I never would have done this. Like, you guys can see already, like, I already set it with concealer, powder. This side has nothing on it. So, I'm going to take this Milani eyeshadow primer and just do a little bit right there. And then I'm going to do my eyeshadow and mascara off camera because how I apply that hasn't changed at all. Alright, so this is what it looks like right now with the eyes done. I did use the Fenty, ouch, stupid, the Fenty Moroccan Spice eyeshadow palette. I got this in a BoxyCharm. I used this shade right here in my crease. I used this shade. Did I use that shade? Yeah, this shade right here to deepen up the outer corner and put it on the lash line. And then I used this shade right here for the lid. And then for mascara, I used the Essence Lash Princess and the Milani 10-in-1. So now for lips. I still don't use a lip liner very often. I'm not very good at it. But before him, I never used a lip liner. So there's that. And then I'm not going to today because I don't want to. But how I do my lipstick hasn't really changed except for the fact I quit putting foundation on my lips so it looks like less dry, I think. And this is the Milani one. Oh shit, that's red. This was a shoot. This one is in Push It. There's that. Love this red color. And then, so yeah, that's that. And then the last thing I would do is setting spray. And for setting spray, like I said, I used to want everything matte. I didn't want any shine to come through. So I would take a matte setting spray. Milani Make It Last Matte. And I would just spray the ever-loving crap out of my face. Like that. And then now on the other side, I want glowiness and dewiness and all that good stuff. So I will be taking the, which one of you is open? This one. the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist with a luminous finish, because this really is luminous. It gives a nice glow. So there is that. Here, let me move into like actual lighting so you guys can see. Don't judge the mess behind me. Alright, so this is what it looks like in natural light. I'm just standing in front of my window. But here is before Robert. And then after Robert. I don't know which side I like better, because I like how like full coverage this one is, but I hate how it feels. And I hate like the fact that you can see every single like lump and bump on my face. I mean, this side you can see everything still, but it's more skin-like, I guess would be the thing. And it looks, I think, more put together, because like you have a brow that's not covered up by foundation. You have like, you don't have that harsh contour, but you're still like slightly sculpted. I don't know, I just like it. But anyway, so that is it for today's video, you guys. If you enjoyed it, please do not forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. I would very much greatly appreciate it. I am trying to hit 200 subscribers right now, and when that happens, I will be doing a giveaway. So yeah, if you guys like this video, I hope you do. I will see you guys in my next one. Also, I'm really sorry. I'm just very like out of it today. I'm very sorry for all the gunshot noises that were in this video. I didn't know that they were going to be doing like a hunting thing today, or shooting practice, because I live next to like a pheasant farm, like a catch and release or catch and whatever place, a hunting place, and the owner is gone, so I don't know who's over there. I know the owner's gone because he took my brother with him, but I don't know who's over there right now. Yeah, okay. Anyway, you guys, I will see you all at my next one. And like I said, I'm sorry. Bye.